Hi everyone, this is Danny for Cupcakes Gourmet and welcome to my channel. And today I'm gonna show you how to make this cutie salamander Bruni from Frozen 2. Before we forget and we start the video, please don't forget to subscribe and push the bell button so you can get all the notifications. And today the video is dedicated to Cindy. If you want a video dedicated to you, just leave me a comment down below, okay? So we're gonna start with a ball for his head. I'm gonna make this a little bit oval. I am not using any styrofoam or anything inside, but I am using the air dry clay, the lightweight one, and I'm gonna mark the center with the rolling pin and the back of the brush, anything that you can do that's kind of round. And then with my ball tool, I will mark the eyes. You can use the same steps. You can use the same steps for fondant, for gum paste, for clay, or dark clay, all that. Just follow, the instructions of your material. And now with the tool, I'm just marking where I want his mouth to be, because we're gonna open and mold and all that, and just marking the sides where the smile, and then being sure that it is where I want. If you're using this air dry clay, then I'm using one big tip that I figured out and I wanted to share for you guys is use the W40 oil spray, whatever. Spray somewhere and then you can have it instead of water, instead of all those things, because it makes don't stick in your hands, don't sticks on the floor, don't sticks on the table, don't sticks on your tooth. Here we go. So we're gonna open, and yes, I have a little bit of the oil on my hand. You can see that it's shiny, and also on the tool. And now with my finger, I am going to open and try to smooth inside his mouth as much as I can, because we still need to paint, put the tongue and all this, but I wanted to make as much smooth as I can to look even prettier. And now I'm gonna shape the upper lip that I just marked, and now I'm gonna really shape the way I want to look like and smooth it out everything. Don't forget, I will leave here down below the link for all the materials, and I'm also gonna leave the link for the Mickey video, because I have a giveaway that's now in February. So if you subscribe to my channel and like every video and comment every video in February, you up to win some cool prizes. So go watch it so you can do that too. And now I mark the eyebrows just to give a little bit more of like a shape on his face, and always check the ball, like the hole that you made for the eyes, if it's still the same. Make a little white balls and place on place. And don't forget, if you're using their dry clay, then I left the link below, measure first, because when you touch one clay to the other, it doesn't come off. So yeah, cold porcelain, you can get it off. Fimo, you can get it off, the polymer clay, but this one Now I'm making a long, skinny teardrop shape. The skinniest part is gonna be his tail, and now I'm pulling the excess up for his chest and neck, just like that. He is super cute. I think I'm in this bandwagon for Bruni a little late here on my channel, but I just watched Frozen 2. My husband actually took the kids a long time ago when it was in the movies, but I haven't seen it yet. So when I saw finally, I was like, oh my god, I need to make him. He's too cute. So now I'm pulling the excess off and working at the clay, working at the shape of the body. The warmest part of your hands is the best part for you to smooth all the cracks and things like that. Try to don't use fingerprints. If you use the fingertips, you're gonna leave fingerprints, so always try to use the palms or your hands. And now I am making 4 little balls, 2 smaller than the other 2 for his legs and feet. It's like the paws, because it's not really a leg and feed. But try to make, if you're using cold porcelain, you can weight them to be sure that they are the same. If you're using air dry clay, they are super light, so you cannot weight anything. So just make sure that you make the 2 balls the same size. And now we are going to start modeling this teardrop shape that we made at the ball. I just gonna go with my finger up and down and push down on the table just to give that little break between the leg and, you know, your foot. So it gives a little bit more shape. It gives a little bit more dimension. It looks a little bit more cute. So that's what we're gonna do for the 4 of them. Don't forget, if you are watching this and you need to make Anna or Elsa or any other Frozen, you know, friends, I have, I think 2 or 3 videos making different Elsas, making different Annas and candles and all that. So if you're not normally subscribed on my channel, just subscribe now and press the list of the videos and check it out. And I also have all my videos in English and Portuguese, so just look for the English one if that's what you need, but we have both of them. So I am finishing all the little footsies. So you can see then the front ones here in this picture here on the lower right, it's a little bigger than the back ones. So that's what I'm gonna do. I made a little circle, like a little indentation, to start putting that just on the front ones because I wanted to look like it was part of his body, not on top of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. You can also smooth where the 2 clays are getting together, but I actually wanted that to look like he's more in the movement, not like, you know, to make a perfection. And now I'm placing the back ones. Don't forget, if you're going to paint also anything in clay, let it dry before you do anything. That's something that they always ask because I paint on my videos, but I've been playing around with clay for a long time. But if you're starting, let it dry before you mess up your work. Every time that you touch clay, you need to recheck every other, you know, pieces because you mess it up something here and there when you're holding, turning around, things like that. I'm making very, very, very tiny little teardrop shapes for his little toes. So he has 4. One is a little bit more separated than the other 3. And that's what we're gonna do for, you know, for the 4 legs. And also, I'm not using any type of glue. But if you're using fondant, you can use edible glue or egg whites. If you're using cold porcelain, you can use white glue or water. But this clay especially is very sticky. That's what I was saying. Then if you stick them both together, you can now get it out. I'm being procrastinating, but I think I'm going to put a video up showing you guys all the different clays. If you think this is a cool thing, just let me know down below. And don't forget to like this video and leave a message so you are part of the giveaway. And now I am going to put all those little toes and nails. This blue that I'm using here, I couldn't find it actually in any pre-color air dry clay. So I use my white one and the blue one and mix it together until I got the color I want. So this clay is pretty cool because you don't need any tint like paints to color it or to make any different color than you don't have. You can mix them together to make new colors as well. So I'm very carefully putting all of that. And also, I think somebody asked me on Instagram where I got my stainless steel tools. I will try to find the link and leave down below for you guys as well. Just like that. If you watch my Mickey video or the mini video, the one that is the free template, my template's already on Facebook, guys. So just look at my link on the information box. You're gonna see the link for Facebook and you can find your free template there. I'm gonna use a toothpick and press down, rolling in for the neck, to be sure that once it's dry I can still do that. And I'm also gonna put one on the neck just to let it dry, and I let it dry for like 24 hours. And now I'm gonna make a teardrop shape and flat that out to make his little tongue. He's always, the cuter part is that he's always trying to catch the snowflake, so that's what I want him to be doing, it like this picture right here. So we're gonna put his little tongue out, just to be catching a little snowflake. I have also a video on how to make a snowflake without a mold on my channel, or I'm gonna show you guys to do the resin one today. I made a little indentation and a little mark to make his little nose. And I will let this dry completely before do anything else. And as you can see, I'm using the UV light resin to make some little snowflakes. I put the resin before I put the glitter, as you guys can see. But if I would do it again, I will put a little bit of glitter and then the resin and then a little bit more glitter. So the glitter is both sides, not just on the top. I'm using this little, I don't know how I call that, just to grab it and put it on the holes. So you, first of all, you're not throwing resin in the trash. And remember, then when you put the lights on, everything that is connected, it's gonna bob it up. So try just to really get little tiny drops and just place on the top of the mold where you need it to be, because it's clear. First of all, if you're gonna try just to throw it there, it's gonna go everywhere, and then it's gonna be a big piece, you know, of like the mold, a big piece of snowflakes all together. You're not gonna be able to move. So go gentle, take your time, and just try to cover the little pieces of your snowflake with the resin. And I also gonna try to leave the link below for you guys. It's the same one, then you just use the lights, the UV lights for nails and things like that. That's the one that I'm using. I will put all I picked the snowflakes that I thought was cuter and smaller, because he's not gonna be too big, so we can, you know, let him play with the snowflakes here too. I found this mold online too. If you guys want to see, I will try to put all the links below actually for you guys. And now we're gonna put a little, I let it sit for there, like I don't know, like a minute, not even that, just for the resin go all over inside the indentation of the mold. And now we're gonna put a little glitter, and that's why I said then I will put a little glitter before the resin as well, because I think the result will be better. So sometimes we learn when we're making the video, but I pass, you know, all the tips for you. Try to put all the extra touching the resin just like that. And then we're going to use our UV lamp. It doesn't need to be a big one. I use for acrylic nails, so I had it here. But you can also find like flashlights, you know, little flashlights that you can use for resin like that. You don't need to go and spend a lot of money to buy the light. I left the lights on for probably like 90 seconds. So you clean everything, take everything away, use a little paper to clean the excess and to separate everything, so it's not like one piece connected to the other and then you cannot break it apart. So I clean it a little bit, and now we're gonna put the lights on for 90 seconds. Here we go. You're all good. As you can see, I was checking and they're already popping out, and they look clear and super full of details. Super easy to make, and it's gonna give a life to it. But as you can see, the glitter see one side, and when you turn around, you see it, but not see it the way I want it. So I would totally, you know, put both of them. I'm using the Decor pink color to paint inside his mouth, but he's completely dry, like 24 hours before we do that. And I'm gonna use this. Actually, I'm using a very light pink because I wanted to see the blue as well, you know, like not just a pink flat color on it. So I'm gonna make one layer, let it dry, and do all over again to give a little bit more color. And now we're gonna start painting with a liner brush and a purple. I'm also using Decor Art Americana color. I don't know anymore. And then he has diamond shapes in purple. So as I could see and check around, there are two on the top of the head and one on the bottom, like between them, and then he has one on the body and two going to the tail. So that's what we're gonna do. I am not drawing, I'm just going, you know, with the flow, because he can be moving, he can be doing things, and that imperfection of the diamonds to don't be perfect is gonna give a little bit more of the movement look to your piece. And now we're gonna go and make the big one on the back of his body. So it's a very big one with a little one inside. So you're gonna see the blue and you're gonna see the purple. Just like that. And we're gonna fill with the purple outside. Try to make your diamond be as perfect as you can, but you don't need to measure or do any crazy things before that. And now we're gonna make two more going to the tail. And then if you don't know what Decor Art is, acrylic paint. I think I should know. I just should say that if you guys want to know. And now I'm gonna glue that little snowflake resin on his little thumb, and we made it separately. It's not on him yet. And now I'm gonna place a little bit of paper to hold it in place until it's completely dry. And we are gonna use a liner again, the same one, to start painting the blue of his eyes. If you are a little scared to use brushes and then mess it up everything, first of all, you can use a little water and wash it out and start over. Just don't let it dry. But you can use a Sharpie, you can use any, you know, pen color, I don't know, anything that you have there. Doesn't need to be paint on the brush. So don't be scared of that. Or if you want to try and you kind of not 100% sure of your abilities of the brush, just try on the paper first. And then you can try on what are you making. I will also planning to make some videos showing what each brush can do, because the brushes really help. They are tools, like, modeling clay tools. They help you. They make your life easier if you're using the right brush. So I was thinking to make videos showing, some tips, then some of the brushes can make your life easier. So if you think that's a great idea, just let me know. And now with the white, I'm just going over. I am going to leave a ring around with the darker blue, and then I'm gonna mix the white and the blue just on the inside to give more of a dimension, so it's not flat on his eyes. I think somebody asked me if I use resin on my models, and yes, I do. But I normally wait for like 2 days for them to be 100% completely dry before I try to put any resin on them, because you don't want the resin material to go to the wet clay and then mess it up everything. So really wait like a couple days before you do that. And now we're gonna start making the black around his the middle of his eyes. Just like that. He's so freaking cute in the movie. That was my favorite thing about the whole movie. But now we're gonna just use a little white and make 2 little dots on his eyes to make the light reflection. I always try my brushes on my hand, as you can see, for the little dot or anything else. And now you can use the white to make your circles to be perfect, or to clean up if you don't like something. And we're gonna let this dry before we touch it again. And you can see I have my pastel oh my goodness, I completely forgot. Chalk. Oh my god. my pastel chalks, and I kind of use the back of the knife or the scissor just to scramble out something, get a little dust, and then I use the dust on my hand first, or on the table on the paper, just to make sure then the brush got all that. It's a dry brush, don't put water. And then we're gonna make a shadow where like the bottom parts behind it, where it will be a little darker because it has something on top of it, or is giving a little shadow, just to give a 3D dimension even more when you look to the final piece. So we're gonna put under his neck, on between the legs and the toes, almost on the bottom of his little belly, and around the purple details on his back and his face. We're gonna put it around, the eyebrows, that little curve that he has there, because that will give your piece even more like a realistic look. And they make difference. So I know that sometimes we don't have time, but try to plan well. Even if you have an order or a birthday party, or you're making for a friend, for your kids, try to plan a little time to let it dry, and then you can go over with the painting, with the chalks and things like that, to give that little finish details, because they truly make the difference. You see one side without it, and then how much more pop the eyebrow bone has now when you do that. Just like that. And you can go crazy, go get your white chalk and do the other way around, where the light we touch, because you make it darker where the shadow will be, and lighter where the light will be reflecting. So that makes everything get a more 3D dimension look, even if they're flat. Like if you're painting a piece of wood, you're gonna play with the shadows and with the light to make that appear. But with 3D pieces like that, like any sculpting or clay modeling, you also can do that, even though it's already a 3D piece, but it's gonna give even more life to it. So I always go around, look, and then I put it away for a second, and then look if I need a little bit more of those little details, the little love that we give after. And this can be a cake topper, this can be a decoration, this can be, so many things. You can make little for like keychains, pencil toppers, so many things, like so many materials, so many things you can create with the same step by step. And he is super cute. He is done. You can also put the resin on his eyes and put the light on if you want to. But since I just painted the eyes, I am not going to do that in the video. But I will probably do that if, you know, I was making to sell. And he is done. He is super cute. His name is Bruni, if you don't know. But he gets fire-ish too. So maybe we should do the fire one too. I hope you guys like it. And if you have any comments, please leave down below. And don't forget to like this video and my videos in February so you can have a chance to get... I'm giving 2 sets of brushes and they are really cool. And then you can start your collection. Please don't forget to subscribe and watch my videos. I will talk to you guys pretty soon in my next video. And I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye. Have a great day.